All right, folks, welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. Going to give you a quick update. Autopen, Juanito, what is going on with that? Is this, are we taking we're obviously taking the right steps to uncover what really happened in the 2020 election, correct?
Well, the Autopen doesn't have anything to do with that, but, you know, the 2020 is a whole different story. Yeah, we're going there. And Trump has made it very clear that we're not done with 2020. 2020, it's not over yet.
Well, what's your thoughts on, you know, so all of Biden's orders, he said 92% of them are going to be null and void, right? He's going to void 92% of Biden's Autopen executive orders.
Well, I mean, that's certainly what's being said. There's plenty of people that have the credentials to say pretty authoritatively that's not happening. But of course, the counter to that is, well, President Trump has pretty good credentials too, and he says it is. So,
right,
we'll have a fun time with the showdown here.
And Juanito, what about the seditious six?
And by the way, the biggest thing is the biggest thing there is really the 2,500 pardons that happened, and what the real risk for the people around Biden is, because Trump said that if Biden comes forward and says that he authorized these and that he signed these, you know, Trump is going to see to it that he gets charged with perjury. He had no clue on this stuff. And that's 2,500 pardons. They didn't do, normally in a pardon, you do some investigation and you have to do a workup, and then the president's legal team, so he doesn't make a mistake, does a pretty significant workup on all the various issues, and then they decide whether to do it. Here, there was 2,500 pardons, and the allegation that goes along with that is that money exchanged hands in order to get those pardons. People got payoffs. Now, that's a whole different animal. And so within the context of who got paid off, how much were these pardons being sold for? That's a whole nother animal. And of course, he said he'd never, you know, pardon Hunter, and yet he did. So did he change his mind, or did somebody sign that?
But isn't that okay? But Daniel Brinkley told me the Hunter pardon was actually signed by Biden and not the Autopen. Is that, there's any truth to that?
I think we have to wait and find out what the truth is here, because there's certainly all different stories. I don't think we can trust anything that anybody's saying thus far. That's why there's going to have to be some investigation and follow up on this.
Okay, and what about this seditious six, Juanito? I wanted to get your opinion on this. I'm going to bring it up real quick. It says here on the Political, of course it's Political though, it says how Trump targeting these Democrats could backfire. And it says Donald Trump is going to war with Democrats over the military. It could backfire on him. The president's attacks on 6 Democrats who recorded a video encouraging military members to buck unlawful orders are elevating members of a faction that just delivered big off-year wins for their party. Most hail from swing states or districts identify as centrists and are leveraging their national security backgrounds to argue that Democrats can retake the patriotic lane. What's going to happen with the seditious six, Juanito? What strategy can Trump take with him? Is he going to go? I mean, he just sends them to military police pick them up. What's going to happen here?
Well, again, you know, what was the thing that they were alleging Trump signed or was ordering that was an illegal order? It was made out of whole cloth. There was no context other than is he deploying troops, and that's an illegal order. An order is presumed to be lawful when it's given by an officer or command person. And there would have to be something very obviously out of line with the military code of justice to, you know, make it plausible that there would be some validity to somebody disobeying an order. You know, there's lots of things that, yeah, you cannot obey certain orders. but they're pretty obvious what they are as a general rule. So this was intended to create doubt, to undermine the commander-in-chief. So at the end of the day, probably nothing's going to happen at this exact moment. But if they continue to step forward, as the president does what he's going to do, he's setting up to move 21 million people out of the country who are here illegally. There's about 50 million that are under questionable foreign status here in the country, according to the last census. And Trump tweeted about that earlier today, or did Trump truth. But the target is 20 million. That in mind, is going involved in some of that at different points in time. And we've already picked up, people forget this, within days of the Trump second term, we picked up quite a few gang leaders who were here illegally and picked them up, as terrorists. So, there's been action going along all the way through. We're only through, a tiny percentage of people deporting, and then ICE deporting people along the way. So
the reason
there's a long ways to go. A lot.
The reason I'm saying that is because now Mark Kelly, the Senator Mark Kelly digs in against Trump and basically doubles down. And now he's basically, from what I can see, taunting Trump, going on Jimmy Kimmel. And it's almost now like there's a standoff here. And I'm just wondering how Trump is going to respond to this. I'm curious to know what you think, how you think Trump is going to respond to this. Does he pick him up and give him the maximum punishment, or does he just let it slide and let them win this battle of arguments here? Because obviously they're taunting him and really trying to egg Trump on, Juanito. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. I mean, the guy went on Jimmy Kimmel, and basically just slammed Trump. Like, he's doubling down. Here it is right here. I don't know if you can see it, Juanito. Here's Mark Kelly.
Yeah.
Political.
No, I see it. I mean,
issue. He didn't even make it to Thanksgiving.
It's almost like he doesn't mean anything he says. It's almost as if he's a hypocrite in some ways.
You see that? Look what they're doing. Completely making a mockery out of Trump.
Okay, well, I mean, they're allowed to do that. It's the game that we all play, right? Everybody's puffing their chest out and trying to show how tough they are. And the question is there a follow through from President Trump? He's one of those people that he'll go right up to a certain point and then he'll dodge and dive and make a maneuver. And I think that he's shown that previously. He'll go right up to a certain point and then the cup's full and he takes action. I think here he'll be slow to do anything for the moment until we're at a different level with the military deployments and the activity. And then if these people step in, they've been forewarned and they've been given notice. So let them cross that line when things are really on the line with what's going on in the country. And they may find out that again, they've been forewarned. You want to cross that line? The conversation's been had. See how that goes for you, because I don't think it'll go very well for him at all. And Trump will take action because what he's doing is defending the country from this invasion that occurred that was illegal. I mean, of course, part of the thing is that even with going after the Autopen, how many of these people were allowed to come in an administration where Biden wasn't really even actually aware of what was going on day to day? Who pushed that? Who authorized that? So Trump's going to push that back out. If you're going to challenge him on his authority to do that and to deploy troops where necessary to quell any rioting or any unrest, well, then you're going to get thrown in that basket too. And I don't think they're going to be light with them. Some of the stuff that's coming out, that's going to come out related to the elections and the frauds that occurred there are going to be quite serious when people finally hear the rest of the story, and that's
Fair
not
enough.
that far away. Okay.
Fair enough. All right, let's Juan, you want to continue this on Nino'sCorner.tv? I want to talk about Venezuela and what's going to happen with Venezuela. Why are we really there, and how this will uncover 2020? Sound good to you?
Sure. And then, by the way, just one little note. You know, I've warned people it's coming, and we just had a monstrous move in silver before the markets closed today. Pretty precisely what I've been saying is coming. So, you know, you've got to understand what's happening in the broader dollar and Trump's actions, even forcing the interest rates down over at the Federal Reserve. That's the proximate cause of the silver rise today and gold rise. And there's a long ways to go. Gold probably up to 4,700 before this current move is over, and silver easily to 70 or beyond in the short term. Yeah, so
70 and beyond.
Yeah, because again, silver, just so people know, just give me 30 seconds here. Silver is not being produced except as a still has industrial demand, and with the tariffs up, we're not bringing in the silver except with high tariffs on it. So the reality is the fundamentals on silver are you really shouldn't put silver and gold side by side. Most people do, and it's really not the same. The pressure on silver on the upside is monstrous. A trading metal for currencies, it also has much greater pressure on it. So I expect radically higher before this is over, and most of the pundits agree, almost to a person. So, you know, it's you know, I'm not going to raise prices on my silver till the end of the weekend. But if
I can't believe how fast
it's going to go a lot faster. Yeah. So come Sunday night, I'll probably have to raise it before the market's open. So maybe it gets over right now, it gets a break. So all right.
All right, go to 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗹.com, folks. 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗹.com. You get your silver coins there.
Yeah, and the 𝗬𝗶𝗱𝗲, all patriots at 𝗬𝗏road.com.
All right, Juan, I'll see you at .tv right now.
Talk to you later. Bye.